Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome back to another episode of Lumber and Loggers presented by Draft Day Sports. A couple of guys talking about two of America's favorite pastimes, beer and baseball. My name is Pat, and with me tonight we have
CJ. Welcome back, everybody.
All right, everybody, we're coming up on the end of the season. Last round of games coming up on Monday because of the hurricane. Should have been done on Sunday, but we got a little doubleheader treat for the Mets and Braves, right, CJ?
Yeah, Mets and Braves doubleheader on Monday, starting at 1.
That might actually have implications, right?
I was trying to look at it. Let's see here. Mets, Braves. It's wild cards. So let me see.
It will. It absolutely will, because the Braves are a game back and the Mets are only one game ahead of them. So that will actually have implications. So it'll be exciting, actually. It's kind of like a play-in kind of thing.
90 wins for the Padres.
Padres ended up pretty good. They were streaky at times, but they almost ended up catching the Dodgers. Almost.
So what are you drinking tonight? It didn't look like a beer.
It is not a beer. Going away from the lager, it's been a long month and a half of accounting. For those of you that don't know, extension season is on us, and so it's been crazy. Yeah, extension season, man.
Like
all nerd. Those. I feel like a nerd, man. I actually enjoy talking about taxes and stuff.
Do you have a pocket protector?
But I do wear glasses and I use a calculator a lot. So
that's better than my sister. At least you don't try to count on your fingers. I'm like, aren't you an accountant? She's like, yeah, but she's still like 1, 2. Like, I'm like, really? Like, really?
Well, she's in private industry accounting, so that's not
true.
Doesn't count. That is so many negative yards. Just throw it away. God dang it.
Oh, is that baseball? That's weird. I didn't know they count yards in baseball.
Thursday night baseball. Giants versus
the
Cowboys.
Rangers versus the Yankees.
All right. But tonight I am drinking something a little bit heavier based on how life has been. I am drinking Bullet whiskey, which is a staple. I actually have it in my decanter here because it is a favorite in my household. So it's great for mixing. It's great on the rocks. And so I am drinking Bullet. I love Bullet. What about you, CJ? You got anything over there?
So technically no, but I had a beer yesterday, so I could review that. What? Oh, it's Pepper. She's
it's Pepper behind you.
Those are like the dirty blankets. We keep them in my office so they're like out of sight, and she's nesting. Yeah.
I saw something moving. I was like, is that Isla back there? What is happening right now?
Yeah, she nested in. See?
Aw. Cute. All right, so what beer did you have last night, CJ?
A Treehouse.
Naturally.
No, I'm just kidding. I had another staple, though. I had a Fidens. I would have to go dig it out of my thing, but I forgot what the name of it is now. This is going so well.
It is, man. Just for those of you that don't know, we've had recording issues the past couple of weeks. And
we have.
We finally, I think we figured it out. I needed to update my software. So I was fighting the update, and I should have just done it. And now, after like 3 times trying to record, we're finally able to record. So,
are you at 4 minutes, 25 seconds, 26, 27?
Yes.
20?
Yep. We're good.
Nice.
Man. We're good now. Everything's
It was just the fucking update. Imagine that.
Yeah, it is the update.
Imagine that.
My wife is rubbing off on me. She hates updates, so
No,
she
that's
always
what
avoids them.
She should be rubbing off on you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mine. Good night.
Night, Abby.
Love you.
All right.
We're good.
Whatever.
Keep that in. Whatever. This is kind of a wing. This is going to be like an overall recap of what's pretty much what's unfolding here. So I do have some news. Again, as most stories have been this year, are about Shohei Ohtani. He is fixing to become potentially the 27th person ever in baseball to reach 400 total bases. And I had the story up. So right now he is currently at 396 total bases. So total bases, for instance, a single is 1 base, a walk is 1 base, obviously double 2, triple 3, and a home run 4, right? So total bases, how many you get. So
total base doesn't mean. So what if I get a single and I get to second? That doesn't count as a base?
No, I think it has to be hit, because if that's the case, he would have a bunch, because he has, Garrett, yeah. Thanks, Garrett. Yeah, no, yes, it's wherever you hit it, and that's it. It counts from that. Because he would have a lot more, because he's got runs, so that'd be 4 times that, and he'd be way over that.
Right. Okay.
I was looking at it. I had it up, but I wanted to give you like an idea of like, oh, here it is right here. All right, so how rare is that? There have been 18 players in MLB history to reach the 400 total base season. Oh, okay. And it's happened only 29 times since 1900. Okay, so in MLB history, he's going to be the 19th player. And to give you an idea how hard that is, we'll give you some of the sluggers who've never reached that. Ted Williams, career high 368. Mickey Mantle, 376. Willie Mays, 382. Ken Griffey, 393. Mike Trout, never had more than 339. Pujols, never more than 394. So that's pretty impressive.
That is very impressive.
Bonds. So a couple of the names that are on this list: Barry Bonds, obviously.
Yeah, Bonds makes sense.
Luis Gonzalez on the D-backs, 2001. He had 419. Todd Helton had it twice.
Really?
Yeah. Sammy Sosa had it twice. Larry
See,
Walker.
I was gonna say you would want, like, Ronald Acuna would be a good one for that too, just because you would want somebody with speed. So like somebody that's getting extra bases because of their speed too. Mm-hmm. You know, legging out a double or a triple instead of
because walks. I mean, are only one, right?
Right.
So you still got to hit you got to get triples, got to get home runs. Larry Walker, like I said.
Shohei's average climbed back up over 300.
Stan Musial.
Stan the man.
Yeah, 429. Led all MLB hitters, 230 hits, doubles, triples. Oh no, sorry, walks don't count.
Oh, really?
It's hits. So hits and then doubles, triples, and home runs, and obviously singles. So it's batted. It's batted bases.
So what about errors wouldn't count then either?
Nope.
Interesting.
Errors don't count.
Huh.
Just those don't count as hits.
So, I mean, Shohei might be having he's got to be having the best season, and he's already had the best game. That game where he hit 3 home runs,
10 RBIs,
10 RBIs,
2 doubles,
2 doubles,
2 stolen bases,
2 or 3 stolen bases. Like, that is obviously the best game I think ever.
Yep.
And then he could arguably having the best season ever. So
that's
so crazy.
Filthy. So current, he's batting .303, 53 home runs, 125 RBIs, 56 stolen bases.
He's only been caught 4 times.
I know. Still, he's only 30 years old.
So he's entering his prime, basically.
I was watching him slide into a third on a steal, and he does some funky stuff, dude. Apparently what they're saying is his accuracy with his feet and hands when he slides is like next level. Like when he's coming in, he's pinpoint where he puts the hand, or he's able to do like Baez is a terrible player.
Yes.
But his sliding ability was nuts. Remember how you do like all the
he
swim
would, like,
moves and
windmill
shit?
And
he could also he could tag well, but he can't hit and field well. Like his tagging ability was really good. He was really quick getting the ball from the catcher down.
I was going to say, was he the one with Yachty when Yachty gunned that guy down in the World Games? Or not the World Games, not World Cup. What the hell is the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
So
what the hell?
He's been on a tear. We mentioned him last.
And then Judge is just quietly hitting 57 home runs. Quietly, yeah.
Wait, so what is Ohtani? Oh, 53. Imagine if, 53, 56. I don't think he's not going to do it unless he goes on an absolute tear this weekend. 50-50 or 60-60 would be sick. It would make that 50-50 ball price look like nothing.
Now,
Some people are saying 4.5 mil for that ball.
I wonder, do you think that he can repeat this kind of season again?
Next year, no, not with pitching.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Just because I don't think, does he hit when he pitches? I can't remember.
I don't believe so.
It wouldn't make sense because the energy you would expend on both hitting and pitching.
You wouldn't be as efficient.
So you're going to at least miss a game there.
Yeah.
He's also going to be probably a little bit tired. You do a little bit more recovery, you would think, from pitching.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Plus, not as much time in the cage and stuff because you also have to practice your pitching. You know, you got your whole routine with that. It'll be very interesting to see.
$70 million.
What he does.
That's crazy. All right, so some of the hot teams right now.
Well, hold on. I want to cover another thing in the news. You have it's a big thing in Pittsburgh right now anyway with Rowdy Tellez getting cut, DFA'd. He and Michael A. Taylor were both DFA'd with just this final weekend of games to go. And the whole thing right now is that he was supposed to, if he had 4 more at-bats, he would have gotten a bonus of $200,000. And the Pirates organization is trying to claim that that incentive had nothing to do with them cutting him, and that's a load of crap, dude. Like, what a shit-ran organization, man. It's so upsetting. Like, Bob Nutting, you're not going to get more. You're not going to get free agents. Like, every year they sign some fat first baseman to come in, and then they usually flip them, right? Like, they had Carlos Santana that they flipped, and then Vogelbach they flipped. Like, so they came in and they were able to trade him for pieces because they were playing well. You're not going to get those veterans to come in anymore if you're going to treat your players like that. So, I would like to see. I know the NFL Players Association was investigating some teams, and I know the Pirates were one of them for too low of salaries for their team. Like, they weren't spending enough money, and I hope the Players Association gets involved with this because it's absolute nonsense.
I agree. Dude. Like, I love watching like the last week, sometimes like football too, right? When you have those incentive weeks where people need like 4 catches and stuff, where like players specifically will like target those players to help them get that, and that's I'm sure there's some sort of incentives in baseball contracts, but like if you make the All-Star team and stuff, or
they listed his incentives, and it was like MVP and like stuff like that. But the big one was at bats, and he hadn't even hit. This was to get 4 more at bats. I don't know how many at bats he needed, but after getting those 4 more, that was only the first incentive level. There were more after that. So, and the Pirates have a history of like they didn't bring Paul Skeens up because they didn't want to lose a year of eligibility and stuff like that. I understand as a small market team, you have things that you have to do to. I don't know what. Why are we getting that now? That's weird.
Yeah, we've never had that. That's right.
All right. Anyways, Pirates suck. Terrible organization. We can move on.
Okay. So, as of last week, Tigers, Detroit Tigers stayed hot. They are 9-1 the last 10 games, and they are now in the wild card. They are 2.5 games. They're tied with the Royals, 2.5 games above the Twins, 3.5 behind the Orioles. So they're not going to catch them there, and they're not going to catch the Guardians either. Guardians already locked up their division anyway. But that, honestly, has got to be one of the better comebacks I've ever seen. That's got to like rival the Cardinals.
We keep talking about how they were they traded away pieces at the deadline. Like, imagine that team with Jack Flaherty right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just absolutely nuts. They've won 5 in a row right now.
We got to discuss, like, with that, the counter argument is the Twins have absolutely fallen apart. Absolutely fallen apart.
That was my pick this year. Yeah, they were out of it for a while.
Yeah.
Holy shit. White Sox have won 3 in a row.
Swept the Angels. So if they lose one more game, they've lost the most games in history.
We talked about this. I said, watch. They won't lose another one.
I don't understand. Like, what is happening? How are they doing that?
I mean,
How
they
is he
have.
pulling that?
They've had number one pick locked up for over a month now.
Well, sadly, they don't.
It doesn't
have
work like that,
locked
but
up. Yeah.
they have the best odds to get the number one pick. So they could win their next 3 games this weekend or whatever, and they don't care.
Yeah, you don't want to be the worst team in history. You can be the second worst team in history, and nobody will remember you. You don't want to be the worst team in history.
Tied with the most losses, but end on a 6-game win streak. That's sick.
Yeah,
I'd be so pissed if I was the White Sox fans.
Absolutely. Charlie, did you see that Charlie Blackmon announced his retirement?
Kid from Colorado.
Yeah, kid from Colorado. Yeah, he's been there freaking 15 years or something like that. All
from Colorado.
Yeah, the guy from Colorado. Dude with the beard. That's how everybody's going to remember him, is the dude with the beard and the long hair. But Charlie Blackmon's retiring, and he had himself a nice series against the Cardinals. I know that. He had 7 RBIs and 3 home runs in the past week.
Damn.
So he announced his retirement. They're having like a big to-do in Colorado for his last home stand, and he's been playing really well, dude. He's hitting 381. So
you know who should come out of retirement?
Cool. Albert Pujols.
Yadier
Molina, dude.
Matt Holliday.
The stats that I'm seeing, and we're not going to have no. If we lose out, we will have a 500 season, I think is what it is.
Who do we play this weekend?
We're going to the Giants. We wrap up in San Francisco.
We should at least take one.
Hopefully. But the stats that I've seen, like, it's crazy. And I wouldn't even think that, like, Yachty was a Hall of Famer, and it wasn't his offense. It was always his defense, right? He always came up with clutch hits, but that was about it. But during his career from 2004 to 2022, the Cardinals played a total of 24 games eliminated from playoffs. And they have already matched that in the 2 years since he retired. Like, that is a crazy
I wonder who's
statistic.
the glue to the organization.
I can tell you.
And why they're not doing everything in their power to bring him back.
It's not Nolan Arenado, and it's not Paul Goldschmidt. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but you used to... I see what you mean.
They're not the glue. I will say, so I watched the game today, and these, like, Victor Scott, Siani, and Mason Windman, they're playing their hearts out right now. It's really cool. And Pedro Pages, these young guys are playing their hearts out right now, and it's really cool to see. It really is. That's one of the fun things. Like Jacob Job got called up for the Tigers, I believe. So, like, the end of the year when you get to see, like, these young guys come up and, like, get their first taste of the big leagues and, like, maximum effort all the time, just because, like, they're so hungry and they want to stay there. They don't want to go back down to the minors. It's just really cool to see. I'll be curious to see if we have another. Was it Wyatt Langford last year that was really good for the Rangers in the playoffs?
Yes, yeah, the young kid.
Yeah, so it'll be really cool to see if there's any rookies.
He fast
that come up and are able to do something. Did you see C.J. Abrams got sent down
because of his gambling?
Well, I guess it wasn't his first time, and it wasn't so much the gambling. Yeah. It was that he was out till 8 a.m. on a game day. So
did he come in and have a bad day?
Well, yeah, I don't know about that one.
I get it, though. Like, you don't want, with your young guys like that, like Abrams is, 20?
Yeah.
Oh, CeeDee Lamb touchdown.
This is a baseball podcast, sir.
May or may not be watching football.
It's the last week, man. It's the last week of baseball. And then it's football season.
But yeah, no, Abrams, people were just saying, like, I get what you had to do, right? But I feel like they're making an example out of him when it's really not needed, especially for such a young kid.
Yeah.
Like, he could have a very bright future, but if you do him wrong, like, help him. If he's got a gambling problem, help him. But don't do it in the public like that. Because why else would you send him down, especially with 3 games left?
And he's been good. Like, you look at his stats.
Yeah, and he wasn't anywhere near, like, the Rookie of the Year, right? I think.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like no other reason to send him down. So that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Well,
But
I saw somebody
for you.
say, I saw somebody was saying, like, what if Dylan Cruz comes up and has, like, slips up the same way? Maybe not, like, out at the casino until 8 a.m., but, like, is late to something.
Yeah.
Do you have the same standard?
You have to.
You have to. The standard is the standard. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So
I mean, hey, if they're looking to be like that kind of organization, okay, but you got to be consistent with it.
the Patriots ran that way for a long time, and it worked out really well for
Until
a long
the owner
time.
started getting hand gibbers.
Or Tom Brady left. Either or.
Yep. Or that.
But all right. Anything else you want to mention, CJ?
Just kind of looking at stats. Wins for pitching. Looking like.
Do you think Paul Skeens, speaking of pitching, do you think Paul Skeens wins Rookie of the Year?
Yes. Let's see who else is he going against.
Jackson Merrill's really it. It's him or it's Jackson Merrill. He has a sub-2 ERA. He was 11-3.
Does he qualify for
he
ERA?
He only pitched 131 innings. He does not qualify.
What a bum.
So he's not going to get the Cy Young. But
what about Merrill? How were his stats?
Jackson Merrill was very good. But last odds I saw, Paul Skeens was the odds-on favorite to win Rookie of the Year.
24 home runs, 89 RBIs, hit 292, 16 stolen bases.
And he was a very good center fielder, defensively as well.
That may be difficult to. That's a toss-up. That's a really good rookie season.
Again, if the Pirates had not waited to call him up, he's a shoe-in for Rookie of the Year and possibly Cy Young. So they did him a injustice by waiting to call him up.
This is a career year for some people. 24 home runs, 89 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, .826 OPS, so you're above a good hitter.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's tough to beat. I mean, Skeens was good. I don't know. I think Skeens, though, is the bigger name, so that could have some effect on it with the voting. Well, we'll see. I don't know. That's crazy. I didn't know he had that good a year. Was that your pick for Anna? Was that your pick for?
Jackson Merrill, I think, was both of our picks, and then no, I don't think either one of us picked Paul Skeens.
Oh yeah, we did pick that. No. Rookie of the Year, Wyatt, Evan Carter.
That's AL.
Yep, I know. I'm looking at it. Jackson Merrill. I'm just looking at what we have going on here.
Which
MVP,
neither one of those
I'm
guys.
looking good for NL. Ohtani. Yeah. Can't believe none of us picked Judge.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Clint picked the Brewers. Atlanta. Nope. Mariners, Rangers. Nope. Twins, Guardians. Hey, you got Guardians.
Heck yeah.
We both got the Dodgers. And Baltimore, we did not.
Wait, are the Yankees in first?
Yeah, right? No?
Yeah. Yankees are in first.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, not too much going on. I was looking at some stats here, too. Just pitching stats, hitting stats.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, Chris Sale, it's crazy how close Chris Sale and Tarek Skubal's stats are. They both had 18 wins, 2.39 and 2.38 ERAs. They had 225 strikeouts and 228 strikeouts. Skubal pitched more innings.
Two more games.
So those
that means Skubal never missed a start.
He's good, dude. He's so good. He'll be hard to beat.
Blanco finished pretty well. 2.88 ERA.
He cheats. He cheats. But
imagine having a 3.1 ERA and only winning 9 games. Tanner Houck Tua.
Yeah, that sucks. But all right, well, man. Thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody for listening, and You can find us on social medias at Instagram, Facebook, and X at Lumber and Loggers, all one word. The and is spelled out. There's no ampersand. And we will see you tomorrow night.
Peace.